That's a bit of an ordeal. So I tried to make my stream, and it said, no, you cannot do this because your something's wrong with your thumbnail. I'm like, this is the same thumbnail I used for the last 2 days. Wait, what are you talking about? But it still made the post. I just couldn't launch it. I don't know. So then it made a second one. Then I had to go and delete the other one. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Anyway, so we're back on Duskhaven. All I did was walk from Sen'jin to Razor Hill, so you did not miss much. But look at this. Geysers everywhere and floating ore. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. Floating ore. But yeah, geysers, river, and there's a whole cool terrace area over there. You see the fort? Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. So yeah. I looked at the update, the server updates it's been doing. It seemed to be on and off all day today, so hopefully it stays on for us to play at least a little bit right now. But I am level 10. I don't know if I want to explore this or go straight to Barrens. The issue is I don't know if it's like Turtle WoW where it'll still give you experience even if you're higher level.
What do you need? Strength.
Eh.
Loktar. Be safe.
Here, take all this crap.
Go forth to victory.
So let me see if there's any new quests real quick. If I don't see any new quests, I'm just gonna go straight to Barrens. Wait. Is there a quest in here? I see there's from the cook. Are you up here? No. Are you down here? There you are. Okay, that's an old quest.
Your blades never dull.
Ah, yes. Looks like the fire is at least fixed. Or at least these are fixed. Let's see. You?
Strength and honor.
Dark Stormers and Sabotage. Nope, that's the same.
Loktar.
Encroachment. That's the same.
Horde.
I'll do this one just because it's a new area. But all these other quests seem to be the exact same. Stable Master. We'll do the Kultiris one, and then we'll head to the Barrens. Actually, no. Not the Barrens. I want to head to Orgrimmar because if they did pretty much the same thing as Duskhaven 1, I found a lot more new content in the first, like, 10 to 15 levels, maybe 20 levels. Then there was, like, nothing mid-game, and then there was a ton of custom stuff end-game. And a lot of custom stuff you found in the cities. I found stuff in Stormwind, I found stuff in Orgrimmar. So we'll go to Orgrimmar first, once we do this quest. Just so we can see all this new stuff that they put here. I don't know if that green is supposed to be fell green, or if that's missing texture green. There's a mine there, too. Might check that out. Oh yeah, I need to see if they fixed, because you're able to do range combat in melee combat. Yep. Okay, so I could still be in melee and hit him with an arcane shot. That's the one thing about Battle for Azeroth. Even though it was like a terrible expansion, I like the areas of Battle for Azeroth. I like Zuldazar. I like Borealis. Just the zones you just walk around and chill. That's why I really hope one of these days that one of these private servers, this has got to be a missing texture. Ew. Gross. Because there's no way that there's, like, just fell green. I think it's supposed to be like a road. It's supposed to be like a cobblestone road or something, and it's just missing the texture. Yeah, one of these days I want one of these private servers to actually add Zuldazar. Or not Zuld... Oh. Zandalar is what I meant to say. I want them to add Zandalar, and I want them to make it actual lore accurate, not the bullshit that Battle for Azeroth did, because Battle for Azeroth added that, like, hello? Sir? Or ma'am, rather? It? They? Zer? There we go. They did this whole thing where they, like, made it technically, like, 3 islands merged together, and it's like, then they have that blood swamp, and then they have the desert. It's like, no, that's not Zandalar. Zandalar is jungle with an ice mountain. That's what it always was until they just retroactively changed it. And they didn't have blood trolls. They had ice trolls as the secondary troll race on that island. It's like, I want someone to make a lore-accurate Zandalar. And by the way, the Broken Isles is literally just specks of islands that are destroyed with ruins of Night Elf civilization and a bunch of Naga. That's all it is. Not that whole big fucking island with, like, all these lost races that we've never heard of. Are you telling me that no one ever sailed there until now? Out of the thousands of years between when those islands were made to now, no one's ever been there? At least with the Dragon Isles, they said, like, oh yeah, well, it was hidden until now, and that's what the same thing they do with Ulduar, or not Ulduar, what's it called, Uldum? But it's like, at the same time, if that's the case, why the fuck were they on the vanilla map? The Dragon Isles were supposed to be in vanilla. They're on the map. So it's like, okay, it's been mapped out. People know they exist. So you can't just retroactively say, oh, well, it was hidden until now. The Broken Isles. People have already been to the Broken Isles, and they avoid it because it's so treacherous. But because they've at least been there, you can't say, oh, yeah, there was a big fucking island the whole time, just no one knew about it. I wonder if Benedict's in there. Yeah, I want to try the Tinker class. I really want the Bard class, because that's what I played. I played Demon Hunter and Bard the last time. The Demon Hunter, I got to max level. The Bard, I didn't get enough time to, because I really got into it towards the end. And then the server shut down. I was like, aw. But at least I got to do endgame, and I was actually grinding endgame for gear on my Demon Hunter. I did Stratholme, and I did a bunch of other dungeons. The only thing I did not do are the Mythic Pluses, because fuck Mythic Plus. As a content, thing, it's like the worst thing ever. I hate when retail did it, I hate when private servers do it. Mythic Plus is like the laziest form of content ever made. Wow, I actually am low health for once. Alright, let's send Cat in and I'll just... I mean, not line of sight. Oops, I hit Y instead of T. I did try the Tinker class, I think up until level 10? In the first one. I tried all of them. Tinker, I was like, yeah, it's okay. Oh. Oh, these dudes respawn fast. Oh. Yeah. Oof. Hello. Uh-oh, where's Cat? Uh-oh. I think the cat got stuck and then killed. So is Benedict's chest not up here? Trying to look around to see if it's in a different spot. Eh. Oh well. Oh, that's not good. Fuck it, let's just leave. Well, if I die, I die. What the fuck? I hit aspect of the cheetah and... Well, I guess that's what it was. Because I thought they turned it into a speed boost, but they still give you the defect of it if you get hit. It's like, choose. Are you going to make it a speed boost like sprint or not? Because if you're a rogue and you sprint, that doesn't stop you. You can just keep going if you're hit. Still need 4 more sailors, but once I turn in, I'll go to Ogrimmar. Real quick, let me just take a peek in here. Alright, so it's just the normal model. I don't know what's in there, but... just wanted to see what mining cave model it was. It's just like the normal one that they always use. Oh yeah, I was ranting about that in the last stream. I like how they look, I just don't like how they're animated. I wish we can have like the skin or the look of the new models, but the animations of the old models. Or at least just somebody redo them to make them look not as fucking like bubbly and bouncy. Cat. What do you mean? I'm telling you to attack. Will you show character customization later for all the races? Well, I did that last time, but I guess so if I decide to make a Tinker this stream. That depends on if the server stays up. Yeep. Oh, crap. Yeesh. Cat. Falls gracefully. Okay, 3 more, and then we're out. What? Oh, they fixed the glaive. Kind of. Unless it's supposed to do that, they at least made it so it's not a tentacle anymore. How about barb shot? Okay, barb shot works. Multi-shot? Looks the same. I do like that they put actual orc heads on the spikes. That's kind of funny. I don't know if that's a model from the game. I don't remember it being a... Oh no! They killed the wolf too! They killed the wolf too! Oh, see, now I need to murder them all. Come here. Did you kill that wolf? Hello? Yeah, fucker. Anyway. Let's go turn this in and we'll go to Ogrimmar. See if there's anything new there. That's kind of sad. I've barely done any questing, and I'm already level 11. Oh, the water's that high, huh? That'd be funny if the water hurt you because it is boiling. Oh yeah, I played more of this morning of the Eastern Kingdoms map in Conan Exiles. It is very empty and void of NPCs. I mean, there are some, so you technically can play it if you were with like other players or you know, just a roleplay server or a PvP server. But for solo PvE, there's nothing there. I just kind of wandered around as my troll character for a little bit. But there wasn't a lot of easy... Oh, I don't need that. There wasn't a lot of easy quests. Or not quests, enemies. Only really, like, dogs I could kill. But there was wolves fucking everywhere, and they were just murdering me. So then I decided to go to Stranglethorn Vale, because that's the smart idea. And the tigers were absolutely demolishing me, because I'm in rags. I'm, like, level 5. I know. I don't care if you see my my action bars. Why do you care if you see my action bars? I kind of purposely do that because I don't really care for people to look at my action bars. And I don't care to see anyone else's either. In fact, I want less HUD. I want less UI. My biggest pet peeve is when people have those big fucking squares over their screen of just all of their action keys. It's like, how the fuck can you even see the game? I would prefer... that's why I have everything off to the side. That's why I use the default HUD, because at least it's down at the bottom, not in the middle of the fucking screen. That's why I have my HP up here at the corner instead of right down in front of me, because I actually want to see my character. That's why I'm up close to my character, because I want to see my character. I don't want to be all the way zoomed fucking out like this, like a fucking Mythic Raider. It's like, I play the game as an RPG, not as a, what's the word I'm looking for? Esport. Excuse you. Let me make sure I got everything. Let's see. Target of target. Class colors and nameplate. Yeah, I'll do that. I actually like that. It helps distinguish people a bit. Aggro percentages? Sure, I'll do that. Aggro sound? Yeah. Do not rotate minimap. Do not show helmet. I don't like helmets. I rarely wear a helmet. It's got to be a really good helmet for me to use it and see it. Detailed loot. Sure. Objectives. Social. No, take off mature language filter. Action bars, names, combat text, status, unit frame. I think I did that head bob thing once and I hated it. Mouse. Invert the mouse. Yes, please. Equipment manager and help. Take out enhanced tooltips. I don't like that. What the fuck is this? Why is this gray? Is this supposed to be gray? Balnier Farmstead? Forest Raider oh! Ghostlands. Okay, they added the Blood Elf area. Mirage Raceway. Zebzora? Where the fuck is that? There's people in the level 40s. There's probably people that are level 50 already. They're just not online. Okay, so, well, besides this gray stone, haven't seen anything new just yet, but we'll keep looking. Yeah, because I remember, like, right about, like, there is where you would go to do, like, the Brawlers Arena or something. Something like that. I don't remember. In the, .1 update of Duskhaven. Or 1.0, rather. Let's check over here. Don't see much. I'm gonna visit Thrall and then we'll just hop around. Because it doesn't look like they changed Ogremar much. And like I said, the 1.0, or yeah, 1.0 version had a bunch of custom quests in the cities. And I remember custom stuff being like right over there. So it's either not implemented yet or they removed it. I'll go see Thrall real quick to see if he's got anything besides his normal quests. If not, we'll just go straight to, Yeah, because then, didn't you get, like, a mount at level 10, and they sent you to the city, and then you had to do, like a quest, and I remember there was a lot more during the early game to do that was, like, different. Vol'jin. This is Wrath of the Lich King model.
Welcome to Orc.
Nope, that's the same thing.
Have you come to serve the Horde?
Etrig?
Suck.
I can tell that's a custom quest because it doesn't tell you where to go. It literally just says, enter the mine. He's in there. What mine? Which mine? There's like 3 mines in Duratar. I'm not going to do that one just because it looks like I'm going to have to run all the way somewhere, run all the way back, only for dynamite as my reward. And it's like, no. I'm not hungry right now. I'll eat later. No barber. Okay, we're just gonna head to Barrens. That's kind of disappointing. Let me see the flight master real quick. I'm kind of curious.
What can I help you with?
Okay. Don't know any flight paths connect. I was gonna be like, is this one of those servers that you have all of them unlocked already? Splat. That looks like new texture. It's like some of this stuff still has the old vanilla texture, like this wagon here, and then some of it is like newer texture. It's kind of weird. They really need to change aspect of the cheetah back to normal. I don't like this, like, it's like sprint. There's a lot of shit wrong with the hunter class and retail that I hate. The only thing I like is the melee survival. Oh wait, speaking of, I can do talents now. What the fuck is this? Oh wait, is this that new system that they added in Dragonflight? Oh my god, what the fuck? Oops. No, which button was it? It was N, okay. So if I go survival, can't do anything there. So that should have taught me a new ability, right? Got Mongoose Bite. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I'll keep those there just in case. Passive, Mongoose Bite. Brutal attack. That does weapon damage. Okay, let's put that there. I don't like these models. These crocodile models from Cataclysm, I don't like them. They are so ugly. Motherfucker. Oh my god, there's two of them. Cat! Cat, save me! Worthless cat. What the fuck were you doing? You were way over there. So let me switch those to Raptor Strike, Mongoose Bite. Oh, so that's a cleave. Because it says up to 5 enemies. And Raptor Strike generates focus. What the fuck? I don't remember this being... I just adjusted the volume. You let me know if it's fine. Where did I disengage? Brother. Oh my god, it's server... Is the server closing again? Yep, server shut again. Fuck. It's kind of funny. Somebody just, cause I'm looking at the Discord. Somebody just asked, you know, what is the experience rate of the PTR? They said it is times two, but times two of what? Because different expansions have different experience rates. Like Wrath of the Lich King times one is faster than vanilla times one. So is this Wrath of the Lich King times two? Because it doesn't. It feels faster than that. But it's also like other people are saying that it's that they wish it was less as well. Hmm. What happened to World of RuneScape? It is still in like oops. It's still in like alpha beta ish. I tried playing it yesterday, but the recent update to it kind of broke the server, which is kind of funny because I've been playing it since like the pre-alpha, like before most of the HUD stuff was even implemented, and it worked fine every single time. But this latest patch like broke the whole server. So I wasn't even I was not able to do the first quest of Tutorial Island. That's how broken it is right now. But like I said, that's out of the past like half a year or whatever that I've been playing on and off with the beta. This is the first time it's ever done that. I've not had any bugs that bad. The only bugs that I can think of which were fixed right away, like within the next day or so of finding them, there were two quests that like a stage of the quest would not trigger, therefore you couldn't complete the quest. Like Gertrude's cat did that. I think the Prince Ali one did that, and there was like one or two other quests, but he did temporary workarounds so you could complete the quest in the meanwhile. But those are all fixed now. Like I've played those quests several times and they're fine. But when I tried playing yesterday, all the fishing spots were gone. So if I can't fish up shrimp, I can't get out of Tutorial Island. It says server status is online and there's no info, but everyone is saying it's definitely crashed. Hang on, I'm gonna try to. Oh my god, I'm gonna try to reload. Success connected. Nope, thinking server's down again. God damn. Want to delete that. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna pull this up just since we're waiting. Let's cancel that. I want to show you, there's no volume. Here's the intro to the Orcs versus Humans, the Kalimdor Exiles map. It literally is just like Warcraft 1, but in Conan Exiles. It's actually really cool. It does like a flyover, but it does like the human land, and it's got like the same text at the bottom. That right there is Stormwind. Now, Stormwind does not look like it does in World of Warcraft, and I think the reasoning is because this is the Stormwind before the Orcs destroyed it, and then it was rebuilt. So that's probably what they're gonna say about why it looks different, which is fine. It makes sense. There's the Black Morass. And then it goes into the Dark Portal. And then it ends on the Black Rock Spire. There it is. Like all the textures had to load in for a second. So it's basically like what it would be if Warcraft 1 was reimagined, because, you know, Warcraft 1 looks obviously way different than how it does. And then this is the character creator. There's my troll that I'm making. The ugly ass face. I make him basically like super thin and long arms, long legs. Looking up freaking names, I don't know a name. And then it throws you there. And I like the custom map though. The custom map's pretty cool. But yeah, I kind of like turned on admin mode and flew around. I went to Booty Bay. I went to Zul'Gurub. I went to Stonard, and I think that's supposed to be Rockard right there. Karazhan. I went to Moonbrook. Redridge. And all these little towns there, you can see they've got the flags you can capture. So you can capture, as a Horde player, you can capture Goldshire right there. The mine right there in Northshire, you can capture. It's neutral. And it looks like Blackrock Steps is going to be the end game area. So that's going to be really cool once they actually do flesh out the map a little bit. Because if it ends up being anything like the Kalimdor map, it's going to be really good. Server's still down, I think. I'm gonna... Stuck unconnected still. one of the people that are labeled as GM team, they said the least amount of feedback from the classes that we've gotten are from Druid, all specs, Frost DK, Mage, all specs, Priest, Inquisition and Discipline, and Hunter, all specs. And then I wrote back, I'm a Hunter. Turn aspects of the cheetah back to vanilla. So that's interesting. Priest have a new spec called Inquisition. I don't know what that entails. I don't remember hearing about that. I remember they had Monk. I remember they had Monk as one of their thing. Maybe that's what Inquisition is. Like, it's the new name for it. New specializations. Corsair Rogue. Watcher Shaman. What the fuck is that? Inquisition Priest. But the custom classes are Demon Hunter, Monk, Bard, and Tinker. So Inquisition is completely different than Monk then. Corsair Rogue, if that's basically Outlaw, then I'm gonna love that, because I actually really like that spec in vanilla. Or not vanilla, in retail. I really like the Outlaw, even though it's underpowered as fuck. It's mostly because you have to rely on the RNG of Roll the Bones. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off right now because Cinder Grossa is pissing me off. So I'm just going to... Here, I'm going to do this. Duplicate. Let's throw that over there. Just so you can see what I'm looking at with the Discord. So I'm just kind of looking right here. Inquisition Priest, Corsair Rogue, Watcher Shaman. I don't know what the fuck Watcher Shaman is. Inquisition, I mean, I can take a guess. Corsair Rogue, I know what that is. Demon Hunter, Mark Bard, blah, blah, blah. Release dates to be determined. And then there's a class design document. I don't know if I want to click that. Let's click it anyway. Holy shit. Okay. So let's go to Hunter. Is it gonna open up a second? Okay, so you could do a preview instead. So they're gonna have focus aspects have been replaced with temporary aspects that are used for mostly utility. I hate that. Change it back to how it was. Do not destroy my aspects. The dead zone removal. Auto shot no longer has a minimum range. That's why I was able to fucking point blank people. But it's saying auto shot. Does that it's saying auto shot. I was able to use steady shot and arcane shot at point blank range. So that's weird. Traps. Immolate and explosive trap were replaced with nature and bleed variants. Traps are now hurled instead of being placed directly in melee. That's fine. I'm okay with throwing traps, and I'm okay with doing it in combat. That's a change from vanilla I'm okay with. I'm not sure about that, though, because these are supposed to be fire damage. So it's like if you're making fire nature damage, I guess. But I don't care about the bleed. The Hunter's ability to track many types of enemies is a great class fantasy. We'll definitely be keeping it. Additionally, Hunter's Mark is now auto-tracks it. It already did that, though. Hunter's Mark already tracked whatever enemy that you marked. And it did it through stealth. So if a rogue tried stealthing, you could still see them. Hunters can now use only the following melee weapons. Polearm staves, two-handed axes, one-handed swords, one-handed axes, fist... Wait. Oh, and warglaives. But wait. Did they get rid of two-handed swords? Why? Why get rid of two-handed swords but keep one-handed swords and two-handed axes? That makes absolutely no sense. You know what doesn't make sense? Why do they have staves? Hunters should not have staves. Two-handed sword is fine. Fist weapon is fine, but it's useless. I really wish that they would make a class that just only used fist weapons. I know Monk from Miss Pandaria, and I guess Monk from this one probably does, but I want fist weapons to be more useful, because I like them. Daggers, rogues are the only ones who use daggers. Because, like, even the caster classes end up going, like, sword and something else. Warglaives is interesting that a hunter would use it. I guess it's for the Night Elf Hunter fantasy. So you could have the glaive as a Night Elf Huntress. That's probably the only reason why it's there. They can still use all ranged weapons with the exception of wands. That's fine. Hunter pet rework. Pets are being reworked in a lot of ways. In some ways feel better than others to make it easier for us to balance and maintain them. Hunters now start with a pet at level 1. The type of pet is determined by their class and race combination. So orcs will get wargs, trolls get raptors, taurens get bird of prey, undead get spider, blood elf dragonhog, goblins crocodilus. That's weird. Humans get a wolf, dwarf get bear, gnome get a cat. Oh, okay. Night elf get bird of prey. Draenei get Ravager, and Worgen get Bat. No, Worgen need to get a wolf. What the fuck? Or a dog or something. Anyway, I think wolf would be better, because then it's like wolf and wolf, you know what I mean? And having a bat, that should be undead. They get spider. Weird. Major pet changes. 1% of the XP rate, down from 5. Why? Oh, wait, I see. They require 1% of the hunters required to level down from 5. Okay, I understand what they're saying. That's fine. That's fine. And basically, when you're leveling in vanilla, your pet is almost always behind you because they require way more experience than you would, or at least they require more like grinding. Hang on one second. Okay. I don't care about all that. I don't care about all that. Base class. They're now focus. I will deal with focus, but I prefer mana. Because I prefer to just let it all out, drink water between fight, let it all out, right? With focus, you can't do that. You're at the mercy of the slow regeneration. Okay, let's go. Let's close that out. Let's go to Rogue. Oops. I just want... Where's the open preview? Let's check out Rogue. Rogues now have a personal combo point instead of target specific. That's fine. I like that change. That is something I'm completely okay with. Stealth no longer slows the rogue. That's fine. That's again fine. Like, I don't mind them going a little bit slower when they're stealthing, but the crawl that they do in vanilla is terrible. But I don't mind them going like just normal walking pace. Fan of Knives. Okay, that's fine. Deadly Throw. Kick does not cost energy and interrupts for less time. That's fine. Tricks of the Trade reworked. Reworked Sinister Strike to scale to your weapon. That's fine. Reworked Backstab and Ambush the same way. Alright, Specialization. I don't care about Assassination or Subtlety. I want to check out Corsair. Poisons no longer have different levels, only a minimum level. They scale off the rogue's attack power. That's fine. That's basically like no ranks. I'm okay with that as long as there's different types of poisons. Poisons are no longer purchased, but there are abilities learned at certain levels. I prefer the fantasy of actually buying them and making them. I would prefer that the making of them was a little bit more immersive in vanilla, because it's like you just go to the same vendor, buy the same stuff to make the potions. I kind of wish like you got herbalism involved, at least for like unique poisons, right? Like the generic poisons, just buy them, fine. But unique ones, the more deadly ones, utilize herbalism, find rare materials in the world, stuff like that. Like I wish there was more involved. Let's see. By default, you may only have one lethal and subduing poison at a time. Okay. Crimson Vial is added. Thistle Tea. Okay, so they made it a skill instead of an item. That's fine. That's fine. Hang on, I think I have to go back up. Corsair Rogue Design. Okay, we're gonna have to open a new page. So that's basically the pistol shot from the other one. Neptune's Locker. The target's lungs are filled with icy water from the frozen sea, slicing them for 2 seconds and causing frost damage over 18 seconds. The damage over time effect can be stacked and must be stealthed. That's it's basically like a bleed, but it's frost damage instead of bleeding damage. That's stupid, in my opinion. Plunder. From the shadows, you touch the depths of the target's soul, dealing frost damage. Why is it all frost damage? Additionally, granting random combat enhancement for 30 seconds. Must be stealthed. Plunder is the ambush replacement usable with all weapons that take the role of Roll the Bones. You get a 3% increased haste if the target has more percentage health than you. And you gain 3% leech. What the fuck is that? Fog of War. Disappear into a ghostly fog, appearing at the target location and allowing the use of a stealth ability for 6 seconds. Also breaks movement impairing effects. Parlay pacifies the target, okay? And it replaces blind. Bon Voyage bids your target farewell with an empowered spectral shot, dealing frost damage. Why is this all frost damage? That's what I want to know. Adrenaline. Increase your energy regeneration by 80%. Okay. Cannonball Barrage. Command a ghost ship to crew and barrage the target area with cannonballs, dealing 40% attack power and frost damage for 4 seconds, slowing the target. That's basically like a... I'm trying to think of an ability to compare that with. I'm trying to think of like a mage ability. Here, let's see if the server's back up. It still says that the server is online, but it's not. Shamans can now use pole arms. They get to parry at level 8. Totems have their duration listed, that's fine. All totems and total skills have 1 second global cooldown, that's fine. Ghost Wolf is now an instant baseline. Only grants 30% movement speed, but has a new mechanic called Carried by the Wind that is the buff granted by Ghost Wolf and is removed when you leave the form. It increases movement speed by 5% per stack. I'm not understanding that. So they have... Dog, I swear to... She was about to hit the power button again. it looks like they have 4 specs now. So Watcher is a tank. Restoration, the Hydro Homie. So Elemental is just going to be Caster. Enhancement is a complex melee Spellweaver. And then you're going to have the tanking with the Watcher. So here's Monk. Let's open preview. At nearby Sunrock Retreat in Old Torn, Rune Master learned of his new neighbors. The Rune Master befriended the pilgrims and, intrigued by their tale, offered his experience in diminished magics. Together with Old Dwarven Rune Masters, they created and crafted runes capable of igniting the Pandaren latent potential. Though these runes, Pandaren, they felt presence of the August Sigils. The Order soon drew the attention of the unexpected allies, the Burning Blade Clan. So the monk class is like a reimagined Rune Master, it looks like. But they're using the same kind of mechanics that not Demon Hunter, that Death Knights use. They have runes, 2 body, 2 mind, 2 soul runes. So that's like the Blood Rune, the Unholy Rune, and the Frost Rune. So Weaver is the healer, Stoic is the tank, and War Dancer is melee DPS. And then let's see Tinkerer. Okay, somebody changed the smartest Azeroth, the smartest of Azeroth from all walks of life are now being drawn to the newly formed soldier division of the Tinkers Union. Unusually keen by their usually keen recruiters. Gnomes have been displaced from Gnomergen, where the first seek refuge, and now Azeroth technological titans are building something and creating things that seem beyond even their collective genius. Okay, so heat is their resource. Starts at 0 and rises up to 100 as the baseline. So it's gonna be like Rage, it looks like. Reaching maximum heat causes overheating. When you're overheating, you lose 10 heat per second, and damage healing is increased by 20 until your heat reaches 0. When this effect expires, you are afflicted with Exhausted. The Exhausted debuff. You cannot generate heat and damage. Okay, so how I'm understanding this is, I'll check out Druids in a second, Freedom. So what I'm understanding about the heat debuff is it acts just like Rage, but if you hit maximum, you'll get a short burst of just raw damage, and then it goes as the thing goes down, and that's like your time limit of doing that raw damage. But because you hit that and did all that raw damage, now you're stuck at 0 for a short time and you're exhausted. Once that debuff is over, then you can continue raising it like normal and expending it, or get all the way to the top and then burst it again. So it's either you maintain it and do consistent damage, or you reach the end and do burst damage. But then with that burst damage, you have to do a longer rest. So Tinkers will be able to have two-handed maces, polearms, but they cannot dual wield. Cloth, leather, mail, and plate, it looks like, at 40. Tinkers cannot auto-shoot, but they can, hang on. Can I, oops, where'd it go? That did not help. Hang on. They cannot auto-attack. This allows Tinkers to have a very powerful spell like shots, and explosive Tinkers feel like wizards with a gun. And then baseline stats are going to be the same as Shaman with Intellect. They cannot parry, they can dodge, they cannot equip shields, but they have very powerful actives. So they sound like they're going to be glass cannons. All races can become a Tinker. Server's still down. I'm gonna lower it just a second because Cinderosa's pissing me off. Okay, so summons. Don't have a summoner tinker specialization, but it's something we'd like to do in the future. For now, this aspect will be accompanying the tinker class as a fantasy in a minor role. Did we already go over, So there's Sniper, modified to be more deadly against one big bad. There's Launcher, against many groups. And then there's... Stimyon? I don't know what that says. Protecting your allies and keeping you safe. Okay. Class mount, like Warlock and Paladin, Tinker will get a mount that matches the speed of their learned skill. Mecha Crawler, which is a Mechano Crawler. What does that look like? Oh, it's this dude here. Yeah, I know what that guy is. Level 40 would be this guy, which is the same thing but blue. Okay, so the specializations, so you have Mechaneer, which is an absorption tank, and they use the latest mech technology capable of coating themselves in layers of shielding and enter a mecha shredder. Okay, that sounds cool. Specialist has one motivation, damage, the bomb-slinging, firearm expert badass that you want on your team. And then you have the Medic, a powerful healer, adapted their machine repairing skills for living things with some success. I like that. That tanking spec sounds pretty cool, though. I would like to try that out at some point. I remember it was a little bit too weird in Duskhaven 1. Okay, so let's try. So we won't be able to check out Demon Hunter and Bard for right now. We checked out Monk. We checked out Tinker. Can I highlight those? I can't. We checked out Rogue and Hunter. We'll do Druid next. Open preview. Sorry, the dogs are playing behind me. Let's see. In Wrath, Druids have a couple of forms that are going to be cut, and the rest are going to be reworked slightly. Aquatic form, glyph functionality added baseline. Always increases swim speed by 100%. This does give them a pseudo mount early on, but I think it creates enough interesting travel if druids find routes that involve rivers and oceans. I think 100 is too much, but I get what they're saying, and I like the idea. I just think 100 is too much. Making it like 60 or even 80% would be better. Bear form. Old. Shapeshift into the bear, increasing... Okay, that's the same shit. What's new is that shapeshift into bear form, increasing... Okay, that's just the same stuff. It's just that they're adjusting the numbers. Okay, so cat form... Shapeshifting into the cat form. The new cat form is going to basically increase your agility by 20%, when the old one only raised your attack power by 40 plus your agility. With the change of the baseline attributes on the cat form, increasing the agility by a large amount, giving them great scaling, this replacing their old agility scaling while in the form. Moonkin form increases the arcane damage by 10%, nature damage by 10%, and armor contribution from cloth and leather items by 360%, granting protection from polymorph effects. And the older one, it was a 370 increase with the armor. Let's see. The stun was reduced by 15. All party and raid members within 100 yards had their spell and a critical chance increased by 5%. Single target spell critical strikes in this form instantly regenerate 2% of your total mana. The Moonkin cannot cast healing spells while shapeshift. This allows Moonkins to battle res while in form and cast thorns, mark, and remove curses. Just not healing abilities. Mana restore on critical removed. I don't understand what's the difference between travel form, because it says the old one did 40% speed, new one is 40% speed, so nothing has changed. Dire bear form, removed. No reason really to have it if bear form scales. Flight and swift flight, removed. There isn't any flying, but will make a return as a very cool skill. And then they added the guardian bear specialization, so you have all 4 specializations. Okay, let's do warrior real quick. I'm just going, like, breezing through them, because I don't want to sit here for hours going through every little change, right? So, specializations. Arms, fury, protection. That's the same shit. Okay, quick strike is a new ability for the warrior that exists when you are out of range. Or rage, rather. So you never have to empty a global cooldown. Heroic strike is now instant damage, like mortal strike or overpower, but it costs 20 rage to use. Rend scaling has been reworked to be much easier to calculate. Victory Rush now heals on use. I like that. I don't remember when this was added. It was probably added in Wrath of the Lich King, but I like Victory Rush healing. I don't like it as just a random extra damage attack. That barely does anything at all in the older game. Heroic Throw is now replaced with a much more spam-happy throw weapon that generates rage. That would have been helpful when I was trying to solo Onyxia in Stormforged. Because I have a warrior, and because they got rid of all of the ranged weapons for warriors, so because they have heroic throw, I'm just heroic throwing every like 30 seconds or whatever the cooldown is, and I'm not doing any damage to Onyxia. She ended up enraging and killing me. I'm like, what the fuck? She's not doing anything to me, but she enraged me. Sweeping strikes now specifically only works on specified abilities. You do have heroic leap. Rallying Cry, Blitz, Anger Management, Stormbolt. That's like the most useless ability ever. Wait. Okay, it's a very nerfed version of Second Wind. Because, Miss Pandaria's Second Wind is very overpowered. So you do regenerate health, and gain 10 rage, but over 9 seconds. And it can only happen every 9 seconds. Interesting. But still, it's a nerfed version of it. My least favorite class, the Paladin. Holy Power. Son of a bitch, hang on. Okay, so Holy Power. We're not doing Holy Power. Simplified to just Judgment. No Wisdom, Light, or Justice. Why Judgment of Wisdom kind of lost all of its value when classes had more interesting ways of getting mana back. And Justice didn't feel like it was worth keeping around for its own sake. Let's see. Seals, reduced to just 2 seals, Seal of Justice and Seal of Righteousness. Class mounts, chargers are gained at level 20 and 40 from class quests. Aura specifically notes that they will give you raid buffs now and are equalized with other raid buffs. That's fine. Blessings now reduced down to 1 blessing that provides equivalent of Might and Kings. So they're merging them is what I'm reading from that. Specializations, you still have Holy, you still have Protection, and you still have Retribution, so no new ones. Dog bark. Bork. Okay, so we checked the Priest, right? Because the Priests have the new Inquisition. Okay, here's their new spec, Inquisition. Come here. Gus, come here. Inquisition priests are zealous enforcers of divine justice, using light to root and obliterate heresy with righteous might. Okay, so it's basically a caster spec like Shadow, but you're using light instead of Shadow. Stop it. When dogs are angry, I use compressed air. Except it doesn't affect him, it only affects her. I know you're angry because they left you in here. You're angry because they abandoned you in here. Oh, my... Hang on a second. Oh, my foot is cramped up. Austin Hetzel. The server was up, and then it went down again. That's why we're reading class design. Let's see. We already checked out Shaman, I think. So with Death Knights... Oh. She escaped. So with Death Knights, they have 6 death runes instead of the 3 different runes. Presences are removed. You can be a Death Knight from level 1. They still have Unholy, Frost, and Blood. Blood is the tank spec. Frost is DPS spec. Okay. Okay, so we still have Mage and Warlock left. Mage armor is now the only armor, but is augmentable in the general tree. Barriers, similar to the changes in retail, have barriers based on each specialization. These effectively replace Mana Shield and Wards. I have not played a mage in retail since Mr. Pandaria, maybe? No. Cataclysm. That's the last time I played mage in retail. So, Prismatic Barrier is the medium barrier that restores mana on damage absorbed. Blazing Barrier is the weakest barrier, but explodes to deal fire damage to all enemies when broken. And Frost Barrier is a powerful barrier that increases your critical strike damage when it holds. So you have Mana Gems. No need to prep Mana Gems anymore. Vastly simplified. A Mana Gem CD. So they turned it into an ability instead of item. It looks like Conjure, Food, and Drink are the same, but it's watered down a little bit. Not watered down, but it's like streamlined. Okay, we still have Arcane, we still have Fire, we still have Frost. A lot of skills have been removed and blended into others. We do have Time Warp, so that's there. So they will have time warp. Let's go to Warlock. Soul shards are now a resource, storing up to 5 soul shards. They are now a bar like rage or mana. It starts at 0, maximum of 5, does not decay. Out of combat, warlocks regenerate 1 soul shard every 15 seconds, up to 3 soul shards. That means there is no more need for soul bags, and more ways to generate soul shards are available depending on the warlock specialization. Soul shard consumption is for party and raid-wide utility, more powerful damaging abilities. Imp's Blood Pact is removed, Foul Shield is removed, Firebolt is slightly changed, Phase Shift unchanged. So if it doesn't do Blood Pact, what the fuck is the purpose of having an Imp besides just single target damage? Which, it's one of the weakest things for single target damage. The only reason you would have it out is for Blood Pact. It looks like they're trying to increase the damage that they do, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, basically. They have a new ability called Lesser Slow. Let's see, Void Walker, Sacrifice is removed. Two new passives, Threatening Presence and Shadow Strikes, which will generate 80% threat, and auto attacks drain 20 health from the target that it's hit. So they're basically making them a heavier damage not heavier damage, but a better damage dealing tanking pet with better threat holding. But there's nothing about their armor value, because they're kind of squishy a little bit. Sacrifice is removed as well, so you can't sacrifice them to save yourself. Succubus. Lesser Invisibility unchanged. Soothing Kiss unchanged, so they can still stun you. They've buffed Lash of Pain. And they have a new passive, Love Taps. Love Taps. The Succubus leaves behind a reminder of the foes they auto-attack. And they deal 25 fire damage and brand the target that they hit. Branding, when consumed, will deal 25 fire damage. See, Fell Hunter, the Fell Intelligence is removed. Devour Magic is removed. Well, that one was useful. That one was useful for PvP, because you could remove people's buffs. Spell Lock is removed. That one was also useful. Why? New active, Chase. Increases the attack and movement speed by 30%. Well, yeah, that's useful, not. Felguard is for Demonology only. Anguish is removed. Cleave now hits 2 additional targets. 2 new passives, Threatening Presence and Arcane Strikes. Arcane Strikes, physical attacks have 10% chance to ignore armor. Threatening Presence is... So they turned it into a tanking pet. So you can... There is a new Sacrifice Demon ability that you can use for all of your minions, granting sacrificial power, increasing your total damage dealt by 10% and total health by 10%. The effect is lost when you summon a new primary minion. Alright, let's go back to Discord. Server is officially offline. No updates. Well, I know the moment I close the stream, it'll come back up. I'm still interested to see what Bard will have, because that was the kind of class I played, and Demon Hunter. I wonder if Demon Hunter is going to be elf only again, because technically any race could be a Demon Hunter. Only the Illidari took in elves, but not all Demon Hunters are Illidari. I was like a big Demon Hunter role player and big into the Demon Hunter lore way before Legion even existed. Before he was even announced. I was playing a Demon Hunter in like Wrath of Lich King. And I've had friends that I roleplayed with that they've been playing it since Burning Crusade. So yeah, there's a lot of Demon Hunters that are non-Illidari. They're either ex-Illidari or they're their own thing. I headcanon called them Lone Wolf Demon Hunters because there's no terminology that exists for non-Illidari Demon Hunters that are not ex-Illidari. So I just call them Lone Wolves. But again, that's my headcanon name for them. But they do exist. The thing is, with Illidan, after he was in prison for 10,000 years, well, that's 10,000 years. There are Night Elves who saw him work during the War of the Ancients, are like, oh shit, I wish I had that power. And they tried to emulate him. That's what I call the Lone Wolf ones, because they emulate what he did in their own way. So, there's that. And then you have the Illidari, which he started up. And those are only elves because they were night elves who followed him, and the few blood elves that he accepted from Kael'thas. Now, during those 10,000 years that he was not around, the Lone Wolves could have taught other races if they were determined enough. It wasn't just like a willy-nilly thing, right? It was like a very rare, but when it happened, it can happen. There's been talk of a human demon hunter. He's not named, it's just rumored that he was out there, and that's been rumored for years. Hell, there was even a joke that, well, I say joke, but the character was a Pandaren in Pandaria, and he was seriously like, oh man, these demon hunters sound cool, I want to go find one and become one. So, possible Pandaren demon hunter. So, definitely there was rumors of a human one. We just don't know him because he was never introduced in the game or in the books or anything. But other classes can become demon hunters, but they could not be something that would interfere or react rather with the fell magic, such as a Death Knight. Because I remember meeting a couple of people that tried to be like Death Knights that would turn into demon hunters. That would not work. Now, my character was an out-of-character Death Knight just because I just wanted to be level 70 quickly. I didn't want to level a character. But in character, he was not a Death Knight, and that's fine. Like, I can separate in character and out of character because that's what role players are supposed to do. But there are people who are in character Death Knights trying to become demon hunters. Like, no, that does not work because Fel and necromancy don't really work together. I remember so most of the demon hunter role players that I met, and again, this is like before Legion was even announced, right? So this is all like Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria, all these things, and even Warlords of Draenor a bit. I think this is in Mists of Pandaria. I met a couple of Demon Hunter role players, but one of them was a Tauren. And I'll tell you what, even though he was a Tauren Demon Hunter, he was probably one of the best role players I ever had. He had the lore down to a T. It was kind of funny. I don't think I have a screenshot of him. I wish I did. I had screenshot. I might have screenshot. Let me see if I can find it of the other demon hunters back in like this. I think it was like maybe Warlords of Draenor. Hang on, let me see. Let's go to screenshots. WoW screenshots. That's all the current WoW screenshots. So I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Pictures, screenshots. Not there. Okay. Where's WoW? Screenshots. I think it's in WAD. Let's see. So these are all my Warlords of Draenor screenshots. I have a lot of, like, location ones, just because they look pretty. That was during, like, a PTR. Oh, there's one of them! Right there! Anaristrian. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. That was one of my buds. I don't even remember what we were doing right there. We were fighting, Veritas, who was one of the Demon Hunter teachers. The screenshot was, for something else. I don't remember. That's why the calendar is up. I just don't remember what it was off the bat. There's my orc. Oh, Thrumok. He was my bud as well. Oh, Rosalie. I remember her, kind of. Yeah, bug. That was a roleplay I did. The reason I took the screenshot like this is because this character never took off his helmet. So I was like, oh, he took his helmet off. Screenshot it quick. So, okay, so we found one picture of the Demon Hunter friends. Let me see if I can find... Let's go to Mr. Pandaria. That was just a bug. That's a bug. I don't... Oh, because the bugs are following me. Oh, yeah, it was a bug. I fell under the map. This Pandaren here is the one that turned into my orc. I race changed her. Oh yeah, dual wielding bows. That was funny, bug. Oh yeah, there's the... There it is right there. That's what the Pandaren turned into. That actually became my main. That warrior became my main for years. Oh, Belkrath. You have died, but I'm still alive. There's the warrior I was leveling. Okay, I don't have any Demon Hunter pictures there. Huh. Try BFA? Oh yeah, I was gonna make that weapon, out of EVA foam. That's why that picture's there. Ah, yes, the pit. If you played on Moonguard, the pit is famous for, roleplay duels. Oh, yeah. That was during that one roleplay event. Mounted gnome head. Nope. I thought I had a screenshot of, like, all of us together, and we were, like, fighting something. Did I check Legion yet? Maybe... Well, no, Legion would have been when all the Demon Hunters became playable. So it would not be here, the one that I'm looking for. Because it was before the Demon... Wait. No, that's it right there. I don't know why. This is in the wrong spot. There's me right there. Yeah, there's Pracius. There's... This person, I drew their picture and I've got it somewhere. This person didn't have the Warglaives, so he had to use those. Yeah, these were all, pre-Legion Demon Hunter days. Yeah, that's in the wrong spot. That should not be in, the Legion tab. Let's see if it's up. It doesn't look like it. Still not up. There's no updates. Server status is offline. Well, let's hop on Turtle WoW. Here's my level 34 Hunter. I've been leveling this one with my friend. This one's a hardcore character. I made him look like a Warcraft 2 forest troll. This one I've been solo leveling, but I kind of slowed down on him. Because I like, power leveled him for, like, a couple of weeks, and I got him from, like, level 12 to level 35. I played him a little bit a couple weeks ago, but then I just kind of stopped playing him. But I need to start leveling him again. This one is my boar challenge. I haven't played them in a while. This one's also a hardcore character, but I stopped playing them. This one is my rogue that I stopped playing like 2 years ago. And then I've got this guy. He's my level 60 that I leveled up like years ago. I only really log on him for like new content to check it out. I just am not motivated to gear up on this server. I'm just really not motivated to gear up. I really should gear him. But the thing is, I just don't have the time nor patience to get into raid groups anymore. Like, I did it in a couple of private servers, and then I did it, like, I tried to go hardcore in Classic, but once it got to, like, Blackwing Lair, I'm just like, I'm fucking done. I can't be motivated to do this anymore. I did it so much when I was younger, but it's like, I just don't see a point. I like the leveling up process, and that's just what I'm going to stay to right now. I don't see a point in endgame. Like, why bother? Just to say you have the best gear in the server? Okay, who the fuck cares? Some of the gear is cool. It's like, oh, I wish I had it because it looks cool, but I don't need it as a status symbol. I just don't care anymore. I just want to play the game. Well, let's hop on this guy. I don't remember where I left off with. Oh, yeah. I was trying to do Scarlet Monastery. Well, I did Scarlet Monastery. I was trying to do it a few more times to try to... I think I still need to do Armory, but I did the other three. And I was trying to get the gear, and I didn't get anything from it. I have mail. I'm going to check the mail. Oh, yeah, every time you mouse over, where it tells you, like, nighttime, daytime, it, like, gives you a Lua error. Yeah, raiding was always, on and off with me. So, obviously, I did not raid in, Classic or TBC. I was still, like, brand new to the game. It took me a year to even get to level 60, and then TBC was still kind of the same. I just leveled and enjoyed the leveling. I did the endgame stuff. I didn't really raid. I just did a couple of dungeons. Wrath of Lich King, I didn't hardcore raid, but I got a taste for raiding, because I went into a couple of, like, Naxxramases, and I did the Spider Wing, or I did SAR 3D. I did a little bit of Ulduar and stuff. Oh, yeah, I forgot I sent that for my other character. I need to cook it up now. So I got a taste of it in Wrath of Lich King. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. But I'm kind of far behind. I'll wait till the next expansion. So Cataclysm came around, and oh, what the fuck? It's a pink Talbook. And I went ham on raiding. I raided, and I got Defender of a Shadowed World, like, pre-nerf. I did that. I did Firelens. I kind of dwindled away in Dragon Soul. So I didn't do that there. That's what I'm looking for. I didn't do it as hard in Dragon Soul, but I did it hard on the other raids. Then Miss Pandaria is weird. I was like, I'm gonna take a break from... I thought I had turtle meat. I thought I had the turtle meat recipe. Well, maybe not yet. I'll just stick it here for now. Hold on to it. Do I have the tiger meat one? Raptor flesh, tiger meat, and clam meat. I don't, but I'm probably just gonna go grind some bears to get bear meat. What was I saying? So Miss the Pandaria, I'm like, I'm gonna take a break from raiding. I'm just gonna role play. I'm just gonna relax. And that's a great expansion to roleplay in. It's such a good expansion, especially that I just replayed it like 6 months ago on Stormforged. Like, it is not just, oh, the other expansions are so bad, now you're just looking back with rose-tinted goggles. No, it is a great expansion. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, there are some nitpicks about it. It's not perfect, but it's good. Now, I didn't raid for most of it, but towards the end, what happened was, you know that wolf mount that you got for beating Garrosh? It was like the free one you get just for beating him in like normal mode. Or was it heroic mode? I think it was originally heroic mode, and then when they changed it to be different ones, then it was like flex mode. I don't remember, but it was like you have to beat him, and then you get the wolf mount, right? So I was like, oh man, that's such a cool mount. And mind you, we didn't really know that we were going to get like 5 to 10 different variants of that same wolf mount in Warlords. We just thought, oh, that's the only mount that looks like that. And to a degree it is. You can't get one with that same armor. It's just that the look of the wolf itself was reused. But we're like, man, I really want that for my orc that I just made. It was that panda I showed you that I turned into an orc. She was my primary roleplay character. It's like, man, I would love that wolf for my orc. So I was like, you know what? Let's gear her up and let's try raiding. So I spent like a month gearing her up, getting caught up, getting all this stuff. And this is the story that I tell all the time because people are like, oh, you clicked the game, you're bad. Actually, no, this story proves it. So what happened was I just fresh geared up this character, right? And I was doing, at the time, pretty bad DPS. I was doing like maybe 150k. Where I should have been was 200k or more. So we're trying to run Garrosh. I've been doing this raid now for 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row, 10 weeks in a row. We would get close, but we never beat Garrosh. We would get close to Garrosh and never get to him. And it got to the point where I went to like 2 or 3 different raid groups. And this one raid group that I ended with, we kept getting to Garrosh like 2 or 3 times in a row, and we never beat him. And we're like, God damn. So then this was now like the last week before they updated the new stuff, and then you're not gonna get the wolf anymore because they said no, you got to do it before this patch, and then the wolf is gonna be gone. So I'm like, motherfucker, I want to get this wolf. So damn it, he didn't drop anything. So that night they said, okay, look, we can't get Garrosh down. So tomorrow, if people do not pull 200k damage or more, we're kicking you out of the group and we're getting somebody else. So I'm asking my friend, because I'm just kind of going in there as like a casual kind of like just carry me kind of thing. Not really carry, because I was still doing damage, but not enough damage, right? So I asked my friend who was big into raiding, and I said, look, it's been a while since I've raided. I literally just geared up this character. I want to get this wolf, but I'm not doing enough damage. Can you help me out? And so he looks like, so what's your rotation? I told him my rotation. The rotation was fine. I think I had to switch like one ability, but that was it. So rotation was fine. So then he looked at my gear. He said, well, the gear is correct, but you need to switch out your gems and switch out your enchants. I said, really? That's it? He's like, yeah, do that. That's all I did. I swapped out my gems, I swapped out my enchants, and I did like, I think like one other thing. Oh, it was like the reforging, right? It was reforging. So I did that. Guess what? That next day, that last day, I was second on the meter. I was doing 350,000 damage. And when it came time, because we did like Garrosh like once or twice, and we kept failing at like phase 2 or 3 or whatever it was, they said, all right, we're kicking everybody out. I didn't get kicked out. I was there. Now, there was like one other person doing like 500,000 damage, and I think they were like a warlock or some shit, but I was there, and I got that fucking mount. And I can show you screenshots. I have the mount. So I could prove that story. But, oh my god, like, that kind of tells you that, well, one, doesn't matter if you click or whatever. And plus, the way that I do it is it's not like I'm going from 1 all the way to dash, all the way back to 3. I'm not doing that number. I have them all condensed in the middle there. The ones that are off to the side are ones I can actually hit with my fingers. 1, 2, and 3. I can hit them with my fingers because they're right next to the W. So that's where I put charge, and if I'm tanking, I'll put taunt, I'll put heroic leap, stuff like that. But anyway, so besides that, really the biggest thing about dealing more damage and being good is the stats. Literally, yes, it can be your rotation, but it's all the stats. Reforging, enchanting, gemming, that was the biggest thing, especially in Mists of Pandaria and even in the later expansions. Right now, I don't know how it is because I haven't raided since Legion. I let somebody carry me in Battle for Azeroth to get the Void Dragon at the last raid. That was the only raiding I did in Battle for Azeroth. In Legion, I casually raided, but I did every single... And by casually raided, I mean I did it without a guild. I did the new look for group system, and I found people that were just pugging. But we still did all the dungeons. Or raids, rather. I did... What was it? Emerald Nightmare, yeah, Emerald Nightmare. I was just blanking on the name. Why are they not dropping meat? Come on, boy. I just want your nice juicy flank. What was that? I did the trial, the one with Hell Yeah. I did that one, and I got ahead of the achievement on that one, ahead of the curve on that one. I thought I got ahead of the curve on Nightmare, but I didn't. I was like, wait, but I did that, and I defeated Xavius before the patch. So I don't know. That was probably a bug because I remember doing that. But either way, I didn't get it. What was the next one after that? Was the city, the Nightborn one? I don't remember what that was called. I did that one, but I did not get the ahead of the achievement one on that one. I did finish it though, and then I did Tomb. I remember doing that on Heroic. So I did it on Heroic, and then the last one, I kind of fizzled out again. Taurus, was it? I forgot. Yeah, I think it was in Taurus. I fizzled out on that one, so I only did Looking for Raid. I did not do that one, pugging with a group. I just kind of did Looking for Raid just to see it, and that was it. I was like, I'm done. And then Battle for Azeroth, I didn't do any of the raids, because I was getting so bored of the fucking game at this point. Wait. Bear meat and big bear meat. Which one do I need? Okay, big bear meat. Okay. But yeah, I was getting so fucking bored of the game at this point. This is when I was taking like 6-month-long breaks and only coming back for the patches to find out it's the same recycled bullshit content. So I'd just quit again. So I didn't do any of the raids, and I only did like half of the dungeons. Like, I didn't even do the one where you get that zombie raptor. I don't even remember what it's called. I don't care. But I got a friend to carry me through the last raid, and I mean carry. I was doing fuck all damage. Because, again, I didn't care, and I was not geared at all. I had maybe greens, and that was it. Alright, let's check on the server. Oh, server status says it's online. Let's try it out. Okay, so I'm gonna leave up Turtle for right now. Let's see if we can get on. Oh, we're on! We're back! Okay, let's turn off Turtle. Bye, Turtle. We're back! My pet. Where's my pet? Oh, I'm alive, too. Remember how I logged off and I was dead? Maybe, like, right as I hit, to come back online, that's when it... Or, come back to life, that's when it DC'd. Alright. Oh, wait, gotta switch over. We're back! I never did Mists of Pandaria at all. I'm telling you, just... Even if you don't like the thought of pandas, just play Mists of Pandaria. It is great. And don't play fucking Classic. That's full of a bunch of fucking retail retards. Play, what the fuck? Oh no! There he goes! There he goes! And I'm dead. It's okay. I did it for science. Oh no, am I stuck? Okay. I did it for science. But yeah, just get over the panda thing and really play it. Play it on Stormforged. You can play it on Tori if you want to, but Stormforged has way more players. Yeah, you got a lot of Spanish speakers who don't know how to speak English, but in general, it's a very good server. Okay, so besides new models, I'm not seeing anything distinctly new just yet, but we'll figure that out when we get there. What if they have the BFA Quillbore models? Thornhill. Yep, BFA Quillbore model. Oh, Paul, you've never played private servers? Okay, what are you interested in playing? Now, I have a video. I don't remember how long it is, like a hour long video that pretty much tells you what servers are available for what your playstyle is. What are you looking for? Are you looking for Blizz like, where it's just as it used to be when it was out? Are you looking for like a classic plus? Are you looking for a fun server? Are you looking for uh servers that just use the World of Warcraft assets but are completely different games? Because there is a guy making RuneScape, like old school RuneScape, but with the World of Warcraft engine. I mean, there's new shrubbery that's green. That's the only thing I see that's different right now. Gotta break the cherry. Vanilla plus stuff. Okay. Looks cool. It did Season of Discovery, but didn't have enough new stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Turtle Wow is definitely one you're gonna have to try out. Now that one is already out. Okay, hang on. We're stopping for a second so I can give you all the deets. Turtle Wow is out right now. It's been out since 2018. It started off as a dog bark. It started off as a Blizz-like server until they hit Naxxramas, and then once it was over, well, what do we do now? We're done with the server. We've done everything. That's when they started introducing new content in 2020. So they've had 4 or 5 years to build up new content, and even then, they're refining it, because they came out with Blood Elves and Goblins relatively soon after their first major content update, but since then they've refined it, so they have new starting zones from the old ones that they used to have. Like, there's a bunch of new stuff everywhere. There's new villages, new quests, new dungeons, new armor. They're coming out with a Karazhan raid. Like, they're doing a bunch of really neat stuff. Now, there is some downsides to Turtle WoW. It's not perfect. It's not the paradise that we think it is, but overall, I always gave it a 4 out of 5. Like, that's my rating. Okay, so far, looks the same. We're just going to grab the quest that I normally do. I'm not going to do that one over there. That one's going to send me to Orgrimmar. So yeah, there's that. And now that's Turtle WoW, right? Coming up the pipeline are a ton of private servers. They're all pretty much in development right now. That's why you don't see a lot of people playing them. But one that is that's going to be the competitor to Turtle WoW is going to be Project Epoch. Now, Project Epoch is not going to have as much content off the bat because they are new. They don't have 5 years of development to work off of like Turtle WoW, but what they have from the start, it looks very promising. There's going to be obviously new quests, new areas, like completely new areas, new dungeons, revamped dungeons. So Wailing Caverns completely revamped, Dead Mines completely revamped, and other areas have some new additions to it. I really like the new Dead Mines, by the way. It's the boat that you go on at the end is awesome. Trying to think. Oh, my favorite thing from Project Epoch. So this I want installed in every fucking private server. 3-hour day-night cycle. Because if I'm on, let's say, like as you saw right now, Turtle WoW, it's in the middle of the night. It's still daylight for me. And this is when I normally play. So unless I play at the fucking crack of dawn, I will never see daylight on Turtle WoW. With Project Epoch, with the 3-hour night cycle, you get hour and a half daylight, hour and a half nighttime. But they've refined it even more, so where the fuck are all the Quillbore? Are we disconnecting again? Uh-oh, I think we're disconnecting again. Yeah, my cat is way back there. Well, anyway, so, they refined it so it's not just daytime, nighttime. There's also morning, afternoon, night. Like, there's different hours of the day. And so in the base World of Warcraft, like this is in the base vanilla game, there are some enemy changes from nighttime to daytime. The most notable one is in Westfall. When you're in Westfall, you see those like little like graveyards every scattered throughout. During the day, you see vultures picking at them. During the night, they're ghouls. So that's a change that's in the base game, that of nighttime versus daytime. Epoch WoW took that and rolled with it. They basically said, you're only going to find these specific creatures at night, these ones during the day. Some quests can only be done at night, some can only be done during the day, but because they don't want you to wait 12 hours to be able to do it, that's why you have that 3-hour night cycle. So you can have a full day-night cycle within one sitting of playtime if you wanted to. So you don't have to wait as long. And then there's some items and some abilities that are more powerful during the day and more powerful during the night. So I love that. I remember running up. Okay, so this is another one that I think is in the base game, but I got to see it switch in real time when I was playing Epoch because of that faster night cycle. In what was it called? I don't think I have the map unlocked. No, I don't. In Silverpine Forest, it's that town just below, Shadowfang Keep. What the fuck was it called? I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, during the day, they're human. At nighttime, they're Worgen. I was running. It was nighttime. Or was it daytime? I don't remember. I was running. I'm like, oh wait, it's about to change over. Let's go. And as I got there, they changed over. That was during like the first beta when I saw that. I was like, whoa, look at that. That's so awesome. Yeah, I want every private server to do that. So yeah, that one, they're just now doing their kind of like last beta, and they're planning to launch that sometime this year, probably summertime or fall time, but that one's gonna come out relatively soon. Well, the server shut off again. Let's. Yep, server's off again. Man. But yeah, here, let me find you. Let's do this. Here's my YouTube studio. So if I go to videos. Where did I post that? I thought it was not too long ago. Maybe it's on the next page. Here, this one. shareable link. I'm gonna link this to you. Okay, I linked it twice, but it's the same link. That's my video for all the different names of private servers. So if you want to go and check that out. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream because it's been 2 hours and we've got 30 minutes of gameplay under our belt. At least we got to go through some of the class changes, so that's going to be fun. Oh, Firesworn, it was up for like 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, it came on and then it went back. I literally walked from Duratar to Barons, grabbed quests, came out here, and it shut off again. It was like 5 minutes, maybe. Oh, yeah, Sargeras' Embrace looks fucking awesome. There's no way to find information on it right now. So I don't know what's going on with that server. I hit X out and it didn't do anything. I think that's how broken it is right now. My poor little Feraki troll, he's always going to be level 11. Yeah, Firesworn, I get you, man. I really want to fucking play this server, but it's like every time it's up, I'm at work. And then when I'm trying to stream, it just is on and up and on and off. What's my played? It won't tell me because the server's off. I forgot. I think I've only got maybe like an hour and a half of playtime on this server right now. And I really want to check out, like, I wanted to check out the Tinker. I was hoping, like, oh, I'll get to level 15, check out the Tinker. Nope. Look at my cat. He's just stuck here forever. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You lagging behind? You living in the past? Oh, Season of Discovery is an absolute disgrace. I don't consider that Classic Plus. They can make it their own, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Their own mode. Fair. It's their own mode, but it's not Vanilla Plus or Classic Plus. By a long shot. Turtle WoW, like I said, is not perfect, but that's the best Classic Plus we have out right now. And then Project Epoch is going to be a runner-up to it once they're actually out and playable. Yeah, Remix is a good name for it. Ideas are great, the passion is there, but developers are hard as hell to find in the WoW emulation scene. Good developers are almost non-existent. That is true, and I'm going to just close up because there's nothing to really see there. The server's down. Good developers are hard to come by, but also it's the ideas because you have... Now, this is not a bad thing. It's just this is where labels need to be in place. Like I said in the video I linked, there's Blizz-like, there's Classic Plus, there's fun servers, and then there's what was the fourth one? There's Classic Plus, there's fun servers, and there's I cannot remember the fourth one. It's basically the servers that utilize WoW assets, but they make their own game. That's what it is. I can't remember what I named it. Anyway, those kind of servers can be fun. Shinobi Story was absolutely fun. World of RuneScape is really fun. I love it. I'm just waiting for it to come out of beta. And then you have the fun server, which I consider Duskhaven kind of like a fun server. I did that in 1.0 as well. Like, it's kind of like teetering on Classic Plus and fun server, but more toward fun server. I would say the same thing kind of with Revelation WoW. And also Azeroth at War is also teetering between the line there. Classic Plus definitely goes to Turtle WoW and Project Epoch. What other servers do I cover? Okay, so there's Azeroth at War, Project Epoch, Revelation WoW. Wallcraft, again, it kind of teeters. I haven't played enough of it to really get a feel for it. Felmis was supposed to be a Blizz-like server. I don't know how they're doing now. Prophecy is definitely going to be one of those, it's its own game using WoW assets. Because even though it's in the Warcraft universe, it's going to be more Dungeons & Dragons like. Epsilon is completely a fun server. That's a roleplay pure server. Endless, I believe, was like TBC plus. Ascension is its own thing. That's its own mode, basically. I guess you could say it's a fun server, but it's its own thing. Shinobi Story, Hour of Twilight is its own thing. Everlook is supposed to be Blizz-like. I don't know if they're going with their Classic Plus idea or not, but the original one was Blizz-like. And Anarchy is its own thing. Pyrewood Village, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's that town below the Shadowfang. There's a lot I can say about this open beta and how it's going, but I'll just sum up by saying I had high hopes for Duskhaven under Kevful. I mean, I've seen better betas, definitely. Even the last one, which was supposed to be just testing classes, that was unplayable. I couldn't even get on. I couldn't even make a character. This one, I at least got to level 11. But it just keeps... And again, it's a beta. I get it. There's bugs. But that's why they should have done, I think, a closed alpha. And it's one thing to bring in a couple of people, but I think a closed alpha of like 100 people to really get these kinks out before doing an open beta. Because I've been on closed betas where this shit happened. That's fine. Because that's what it's for. But you're doing it in a lesser degree. When you have this many people on, it really sets the tone going forward. That's why you do a small group by like 100 or less people to get big bugs out of the way. You hammer home like, this is a beta, shit's gonna happen, that's fine, let's find it and fix it. Fine. Perfect. The bigger betas, the open betas, are meant for stress testing and finding the little bugs that you didn't find in the closed alphas, right? And right now, it seems like these issues are so bad, it is literally breaking the server. But because it's an open beta, everybody is seeing it up front, and it's making it so everyone now has a bad, like, negative, like, look of the server. And I don't want that. Like I said, Duskhaven 1 was broken, right? It was broken, but it was playable. Yeah, there were issues leveling up my various characters, like the bard. Like there was issues with the Furbog area when you're leveling up the bard. There were plenty of issues, but it was still playable. I still got to level 60. I still geared up that character. I still leveled up my bard character. It was playable. And that was the point of making 2.0, was to refine it and fix all those issues. The thing is, I feel like right now, like I can't, like I said, I can't even get past level 11, and I've got maybe an hour and a half of this game under my belt out of the 2 or 3 days it's been online. I can't pronounce your name because it looks like it's Russian. Kuchina. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I think you're a little bit behind in my stream, but I think you're talking about Sargeras's Embrace, and Sargeras's Embrace is under Ascension, but there is no news about it anywhere. I think you have to pay for their Kickstarter to get news, and I'm not giving them money right now. I don't really give servers money unless they deserve it. I gave a little bit to Turtle WoW. I want to give them more because I kind of want to buy them out off the shop. I'm just waiting for the 40% deal to go off right now. I was gonna do it during Christmas and then I had no money. I'm biased as hell on someone who got shoved out of the project, but I can at least say they failed to address all of the pain points I brought up months ago. I was gonna say something. I was gonna say, like, wait, aren't you on the project? But it looks like, no, you're not. They kicked you off? You're gonna have to DM me later about that. Like, what happened? I thought we had the same problem with Echoes WoW. Kept having open alphas to find game-breaking bugs. That's basically what they're doing now. 2.0 could never fix 1.0's issues, unfortunately. 1.0 was a fixed project in time, unfixable. Well, yeah, I get that. And like I said, it was a broken mess, but it was still fun, and you can at least play it. Broken but playable will be the name of my autobiography. WoW team that created vanilla aren't there anymore. They are like people who do new Star. I think you are. I'm sorry. I think you are behind in the stream. But yeah, what you're saying is completely true. But it's been like that for many expansions now. That's why I don't think this trilogy that they're coming out with for retail WoW is going to do fuck all, even with Chris Metzen. I think Chris Metzen is great, but he's having to steer a sinking ship that these other people put holes into, right? He had I wouldn't say a galleon, but he had a ship that was functional. His stories, not perfect. Warlords of Draenor was fucking weird. Now, I'll say Warlords of Draenor, the individual stories were great. The overall story was terrible. But he had good stories. He wrote, For Blood and Honor. Great stories. He had great characters and character designs. And then he left at the end of Legion, only working on the first intromatic cutscene of Battle for Azeroth. So besides that one cutscene, he has nothing to do with Battle for Azeroth, which is why it failed. The writing started off okay, a few nitpicks, okay, went down. That's why Battle for Azeroth sucked in terms of storytelling, because Chris Metzen wasn't there. And then it just went to complete shit because you had what's-his-face and his blue woman fetish. So, I can't remember his fucking name, I don't really care about him. But he put so many holes in that ship that Chris Metzen was sailing, and then you have all the blue-haired college kids who think they're better at writing than Tolkien, and they're trying to write all these deep stories when really it's like fucking furry fan art and hugging Nosdormu's leg as Chromie. It's like, what the fuck is even going on? Chris Metzen now has to fucking rectify all that, right? He hopped back on board, and it's already sinking with holes and water pour. He's trying to sail the Titanic right now. So I like the guy. I don't think he can fix it right now. What should happen, with what's happening, it could lead credence to this, but what should happen is do this trilogy of the arc, right? Do this trilogy, wrap up all of these storylines best he can do. I know it's a fucking sinking ship. Do the best he can do. Wrap it up and then do a complete time skip. Because because this I leave I know I'm kind of jumping around everywhere. War of the Ancients is a perfect example of world-ending threat, and then after time passes, it goes back to boots on the ground, gritty war story, War of the Sands, War of the Three Hammers, all that kind of stuff, right? So do your world-ending event in your trilogy, end the trilogy, big time skip. Reform the factions. It could be different factions, but reform two factions. Have a team, have a team. It could be a new horde, it could be a new alliance. Just have your two teams fighting, duking it out, new reasons why they want to fight, boots on the ground, bloody war, gritty, dark, fantasy. That's what we need again. And don't have these big, bad, world-ending threats. Have Dark Mage, have Big Bad Dragon, have you know, normal, you can have your fantasy stuff, but leave it again more realistic, more approachable for people instead of Cosmo, uh, intergalactic demons on spaceship kind of bullshit, right? I fucking hate that. Oh, I finally closed out the game. Looking forward to part 3. Hopefully it works. Yeah, we'll see. So the last stream, which was technically part 2, I deleted it because we got like 5 minutes of gameplay and then it shut down. This one I'm gonna leave up because we did get a little bit of playthrough. We saw some new areas of Duratar. We went through the class discussion. So I'm gonna leave this stream up, but we'll see what happens next time. Kuman, who doesn't have a blue woman fetish. I want 100 years later kind of thing. 50 years is the minimum. Like, they can do something with your character so you don't lose your character, right? Like, that's going to have to be the compromise because you're not going to have players just completely reset their characters. You're not going to have them. So either you can say, like, your character that you play as is a descendant that happens to look like your old character and they inherited all the stuff, or that for like humans, right? And then for Draenei, they live fucking forever, so it could be the exact same character. So it really depends on the time skip, but you know, Draenei's who live forever, elves who live forever, they can be the exact same character. And then have, if you're a human, the lore would be it's your descendant, but they look the exact same and they inherited the stuff from the hero of old, right? So that could be how they do it, so you can keep all your same stuff. I personally think it needs a hard reset to just wipe all that bullshit. All this fucking cutesy transmog. It looks like a onesie of a Murloc. I fucking hate all of that. I keep seeing all these posts on Facebook where they think that they're being all these fucking college kids that think they're being funny and posting memes of World of Warcraft, or they're posting like popular memes, but like oh, it's a 10, but it's like all these fucking cringe ass memes, but with World of Warcraft. I hate everything they do, and then I don't even know why I still follow it. It just kind of I don't even think I'm following it. It just shows up in my feed, but um, and so does Ascension for some reason. I don't even play Ascension, but beyond the cringe ass memes, it also has oh, coming new to the trader store, and it's like again like a fucking onesie of a unicorn. It's like, this is not World of Warcraft. The people who are playing retail right now, that's what they want World of Warcraft to be, the cutesy fun Palia bullshit. It's like, that's not what World of Warcraft was. That's not what it should be. It was never that until maybe the last 2 expansions, where they started to do more. You can have a cutesy thing. Like, we didn't mind Gurky, right? The little baby Murloc pet you got from BlizzCon. We don't mind a once in a while cutie little thing, but it's everywhere. It's fucking everything everywhere now. No, back to boots on the ground, gritty. If you already have those fucking onesies, you can keep them, but remove all methods of obtaining them. Get rid of all of them. If you have it, you have it. Fine, whatever. I'm not going to take stuff from the players, but if you just remove all of it from the game, I really think it needs a hard reset, but that's not going to fly with anybody, really. Like, yeah, it would suck to lose all my characters, but you know what? I will be fine, because if I was still currently playing the game, I would be livid. That's why I can understand, like, we're not going to take stuff from the players. We're not going to delete their characters. But at the same time, if it did happen, I've finally detached myself from the characters. Yeah, it would suck, but I haven't actually played my characters in years at this point. I played a little bit in Dragonflight, but after a month I quit. So it's been years since I've actually played my characters. I'm detached from them. I'm okay. I play so many private servers, making so many new characters every time. I am actually sick of making new characters, but because I've been doing that, I'm detached from Zaytal, from my original White Iguana, from Kyo, from White Fatalis, I name a lot of my characters after Monster Hunter characters. So I had, White Fatalis, I had a Rathalos at one point, I had Lunestra at one point, I had all these other World of Monster Hunter named characters. Even in private servers, in Northdale, I had a warlock called Nergigante. So, yeah, like, I don't know. I would also love a WoW 2 without a clear bad guy or one singular story like the original. Just get into the world and start seeing what's going. Yeah, just vanilla. Like you can have a couple of, bad wizards, bad warlocks, bad groups, a cult. You can have stuff like that going on, but in general, main story is boots on the ground war. Were you the I'm sorry, I completely forget names. You were the one that I was telling about Mist of Pandaria, right? Mist of Pandaria, I'm gonna praise it again here, is the best boots on the ground Horde versus Alliance storyline. Better than Battle for Azeroth. Battle for Azeroth tried too hard to the point that it ended up failing, and it became a well, let's, even though we literally just genocided the entire tree of the Night Elves, and even though we completely destroyed Lordaeron City and destroyed the Forsaken as a race, let's team up to fight Naga. Let's team up to fight old gods. Now, while they kind of did that in Mist of Pandaria, it was not a hey, we're friends now. It was a we're only teaming up because we have to. We still fucking hate you. Like when you're in Siege of Orgrimmar and Tyrande comes to open the gate, Vol'jin goes, Tyrande. It's like I forgot exactly what she says, but it's on the lines of, like, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it to get at Garrosh, right? They're not, it's not a mutual thing. They're just doing it to, let's just get this over with, but we still hate you. It was the same thing in Icecrown Citadel. The Horde and Alliance were still fucking fighting each other, but they're like, okay, wait, let's stop for a second to get the Lich King, but we still hate each other. That's why the war continued in Cataclysm. Mist of Pandaria, I think, is the best because, yeah, you first get there, it's already boots on the ground. You got in the Jade Forest, you got the dude with the monkeys and the dude with the fish people, and they're fighting, right? And then it causes the Shaw to come out. And then you get into the other zones, and there's a little bit of skirmishing, but it kind of slowed down. But that's because they're just the first forces. When patch 5.1 starts, that's when the rest of the forces come. And you see those intro for the Alliance, you see the intro for the Horde, they land full force on those islands, and whatever forces are there of the Horde or the Alliance. Like, okay, I played on the Horde. I was a Tauren warrior. When I start that quest line, you see that cutscene of the fucking boats landing, the fucking Horde running in, and then it puts you into the game, and there's Garrosh, and Garrosh is like, champion, come over here. You see all those Night Elves, they're trying to stop us from building our fort. Let's go fucking slaughter them. And you see arrows from the elves slamming down on your side, and you're going in there with Garrosh and slaughtering all these fucking elves, and it's like, get them out of here. And then you build up your fort, and he's like, yes, we built this. And now you get into the storyline of he's trying to figure out this Mogu artifact that can make him more powerful. The Alliance, I don't remember exactly what they were doing, but in terms of the as a whole, because Anduin was doing a side quest of what is Garrosh up to. But meanwhile, while that's happening in the background, you're still boots on the ground every day doing the dailies of going to hunt the Alliance, and then you might get a quest to actually go and slaughter the Alliance as part of the main quest line. It was great. And then you get to that final confrontation of the bell, and fucking Garrosh shatters every bone in Anduin's body. It's beautiful. Then you go to 5.2 with Throne of Thunder, and again, it's the same. Fucking the Horde and Alliance hate each other. They're still fighting each other, but they're still fighting. It's three fronts. They're still fighting the Thunder Lord, and they're fighting each other because there's still PvP going on. You're still slaughtering each other. Lorthamar is pissed off. Oh, I forgot. I forgot the best part. So when they discover, okay, going back to 5.1 real quick. When they discover the bell, I think the Alliance find it first. They bring it to, I think it was Teldrassil. It was under that tree. So then a couple of the Blood Elves are like, yeah, we use some magic to figure out where it is. We know where it is. We're going to send you in as a covert, and when you flag off where it is, we'll teleport you out. So the the I don't remember what they were called. It was like Sun something. It was the Blood Elf sect of the Kirin Tor, at least some of them, the more Horde loyalists. Because a lot of people in the Kirin Tor, whether you're Blood Elf or High Elf or human, they're mostly neutral, but there are some that are loyalists to the factions. So the loyalists of the Horde faction of the Kirin Tor, I just can't remember what their group was called. It doesn't matter. They help you teleport it out and bring it to Silvermoon. Jaina finds out because the Kirin Tor were the Alliance loyalists figured that out, and they told her. She went on such a rampage. She went out into Dalaran and said, I am done. All these Blood Elves, they're all of the Horde. I don't care if they say they're neutral, they're not part of the Horde. They are all of the Horde. They are all traitors. They are all murderers. They're all thieves. And she goes out there and starts slaughtering every single one of them. Throwing a if you now the Horde is hearing this and they're like, oh crap, we've got our guys on the inside, they're being slaughtered by Jaina. So now you're going in there with the other Blood Elves and you're trying to rescue as many as you can, while others, like, you see them running for their lives in the streets of Dalaran, and Jaina is patrolling the entire time. So you have to go around her, because if you get caught in front of her, instant one shot, she slaughters you. If she sees a Blood Elf run across, instant one shot, she takes them out. Like, she's going around taking everybody out. So you're trying to help them get as many people as you can, and then you teleport who you can back to Silvermoon, and fucking Lorthamar is furious. He's like, status report, what's going on? Jaina's gone mad! And he goes, that bitch! And he fucking bench flips. It's great. And then he looks at the bell, and he's like, get this out of my sight. So, that was great. And then you go to... Now you got the tension of Lorthamar and the tension of Jaina, and they meet on the Isle of Thunder, and they're mad, they're livid. And remember, before this, in the pre-patch of Mists of Pandaria, the Mana Bomb destroyed Theramore. So Jaina is livid right now. Varisa, Windrunner, she's livid because her husband was killed by the bomb. So you see Varisa there. They killed my husband! And Jaina's like, they bombed Theramore! They took the bell! They did all this stuff! And Lorthamar is like, yeah, but you did all this stuff! And that's when Terran Zoo comes in and is like, alright, shut the fuck up, both of you. We need to focus on the Thunder King. And then they both look at each other in disgust, and they're just like, Regent Lord. And he's like, he just looks at her, he's like, Proudmoore, whatever he says. So, like I said, gritty, boots on the ground, war, dark. It is the best factional war story of all time that he's told in World of Warcraft. In-game, at least. It is so beautiful. I love it. Battle for Azeroth cannot hold a candle. They tried. They failed. There were some cool set pieces, but it was all for show. The story itself sucked. Not to mention they did my boy Rastakhan dirty. Don't get me into that rant. I hope you enjoyed the Duskhaven stream. I'm going to be logging out now for sure. We only got like 30-40 minutes of playtime, but out of the 2.5 hours I've been online. But it's fine. I'll probably try again once more and see how it is. I probably won't stream it. I'll log on and just play. That way, if it shuts off, oh well, I'll just go do something else. But I don't think I'm going to stream it again unless it becomes more stable. So anyway, I will see you guys next time.